Have you ever noticed this strange moment when the words on a page suddenly blur or seem to slide out of focus even though they were crystal clear just seconds ago? Or maybe you've felt that odd discomfort late in the day, when a regular light bulb feels either blindingly bright or strangely too dim, and suddenly you're squinting, rubbing your eyes, wondering, is something wrong with my vision? Here's the hard truth. Over 12 million Americans over the age of 40 are already living with some form of visual impairment, and after 60, that number rises sharply. Dry eyes, cataracts, macular degeneration. These aren't rare, they're epidemic. And yet, many still say, "I see just fine, it's just part of aging." But here's the twist. It doesn't have to be, because emerging research has shown that just 5 simple fruits added to your daily diet could slow down vision loss and even protect your eyes from age-related damage. Yes, fruit. Not magic, not medication, just everyday fruits, packed with antioxidants, carotenoids, and eye-nourishing nutrients that most people completely overlook. So, what are these 5 fruits that could transform how your eyes age? Stick with us, and before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Elderly Health Tips, so you never miss life-changing health secrets like this one. Ready to protect your vision naturally? Let's explore the best fruits for your eyes. First up is the blueberry. Let me tell you about one of the most underrated eye vitamins that isn't a pill at all. It's a fruit. Blueberries. Yes, those tiny, deep blueberries that stain your fingers. They could very well be one of the best natural defenses your aging eyes have. A major study conducted by the National Eye Institute under the NIH, the AREDS-2 trial, found that antioxidants, especially anthocyanins and vitamin C, play a protective role in slowing the progression of age-related macular degeneration, AMD. Blueberries are exceptionally rich in both. Just 1 cup of blueberries provides 24% of the daily recommended intake of vitamin C and over 9,000 ORAC units, a measure of antioxidant capacity. For comparison, that's over 5 times the antioxidant punch of apples. In another paper published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, 2017, researchers from Tufts University found that blueberry extract protected retinal cells from light-induced damage in lab animals. The retinal cells in our eyes are highly susceptible to oxidative stress and inflammation, especially in older adults. And here's the kicker. Oxidative stress doesn't just lead to blurriness, it's directly involved in cataract formation, macular degeneration, and even diabetic retinopathy. A clinical trial from the University of Georgia, 2020, showed that daily blueberry supplementation improved macular pigment optical density, MPOD, in older adults. Why does that matter? Because MPOD is directly correlated with sharper central vision and protection against blue light damage, something we all get too much of from screens these days. Your eyes, especially the retina and macula, rely on a dense network of tiny capillaries to deliver oxygen and nutrients. Blueberries have been shown in studies from Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health to improve endothelial function, meaning they help keep those small vessels flexible, open, and less prone to microbleeds or occlusion, especially in diabetics and older adults with high blood pressure. Have you ever felt like your eyes are just more tired lately? More sensitive to light? Or do you sometimes see little flashes or floaters in your peripheral vision? These could be early signs that your ocular tissues are inflamed or under oxidative pressure. That's where blueberries come in. I often tell patients, you can't reverse 30 years of eye strain overnight, but you can give your body the tools to slow down the damage, and in some cases, repair it. A few simple ways to include blueberries. Blend half a cup into a smoothie. Add them to Greek yogurt with chia seeds. Or just eat them frozen like a snack, like my 68-year-old patient Carol does. She told me, "Doc, I call them my vision vitamins." A few quick numbers before we move on. Blueberries reduce oxidative DNA damage by up to 20%, per a study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry. In older adults, regular intake, 3 to 5 times a week, is associated with a 36% lower risk of developing advanced AMD. They help reduce capillary fragility in the retina, especially in patients with mild diabetic changes. Another fruit that's just as amazing for protecting your vision, especially as you age. Can you guess what it is before we dive in? Second, it's rose hips. You know, most people think of oranges when I say vitamin C. But the truth is, they're not even close to the top of the list. One of the most potent, natural sources of vitamin C in the world is something you've probably walked right past without noticing. Rose hips, the small round fruit of the wild rose bush. Let's look at the numbers. According to the USDA Food Data Central, rose hips can contain up to 426 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams, compared to only 53 milligrams in the same amount of oranges. That's nearly 8 times more, and in some wild varieties, levels are reported to be even higher, especially if harvested at peak ripeness and dried properly. So, what does this mean for your eyes? According to the American Optometric Association, vitamin C plays a vital role in reducing oxidative stress in the lens and retina, two of the most sensitive and damage-prone parts of the aging eye. In fact, data from the AREDS, Age-Related Eye Disease Study, conducted by the National Eye Institute, shows that diets rich in antioxidants, particularly vitamin C, can reduce the progression of macular degeneration by 25% and slow cataract formation. In my own clinic, I had a patient, Robert, 74, a retired machinist, who complained about gradually losing clarity when reading or watching TV. We tested his plasma oxidative markers, and they were elevated. I recommended he begin taking rose hip extract alongside lutein and zeaxanthin. Within 8 weeks, he reported less eye fatigue, sharper contrast perception, and no more needing to increase text size on his phone. It's those subtle improvements that often mean the most. Let's talk about blood flow. Many people don't realize how important microcirculation is for visual clarity. The retina is lined with tiny capillaries that deliver oxygen and nutrients. As we age, these vessels become stiff or inflamed, a process called endothelial dysfunction. But studies, such as one published in the Scandinavian Journal of Rheumatology, have shown that rose hip powder significantly improved blood vessel function, thanks to its content of polyphenols and galactolipids. Improved circulation means better nutrient delivery to the retina and faster removal of waste products like lipofuscin, which accumulates in age-related macular degeneration. That's why in Europe, rose hip extract is often used in adjunctive therapies for eye support in people over 65. Another fascinating point. Rose hips contain bioflavonoids, particularly rutin, which has been shown to strengthen capillary walls and reduce permeability, especially in the delicate vessels behind the eyes. This is crucial in conditions like diabetic retinopathy, where microbleeds can rob you of vision silently, without warning. Let's pause for a moment. Are you noticing early signs your eyes might need extra support? Do you squint more at night? Do your eyes feel dry or gritty after screen use? Are you more sensitive to sunlight than before? Do you feel like lights at night have more glare or halos? If any of those symptoms sound familiar, your eyes might be under oxidative or vascular stress. and rose hips could be an easy, affordable way to help. Rose hips are available as organic tea, powder for smoothies, or standardized extract capsules. Aim for 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily of high-quality extract, or 1 to 2 cups of tea brewed with dried rose hips, preferably without added sugar. Bonus? They taste pleasantly tart and earthy, kind of like hibiscus. Fruit number 3, cherimoya, also known as custard apple. Here's a fruit that most of my patients have never tried. But once they do, they keep asking for more. Cherimoya, also known as custard apple. Its creamy texture is delightful. But what really excites me is what it does for aging eyes. Let's start with the basics. Cherimoya is rich in vitamin C, potassium, and magnesium. 3 nutrients that play vital roles in maintaining eye health. 1 cup of cherimoya delivers over 60% of the daily recommended intake of vitamin C based on USDA data. Vitamin C, as we've discussed many times, is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect lens proteins from oxidation, a key factor in slowing cataract development. But let's not stop there. Cherimoya also contains 618 milligrams of potassium per cup. That's more than in a banana. Potassium is essential for maintaining fluid balance in and around the eye, especially the aqueous humor, the clear fluid between the lens and the cornea. When potassium levels drop, patients often report dryness, eye fatigue, and increased light sensitivity, a trio of symptoms I see regularly in patients over 65. I remember one case clearly. Janet, 71, a retired schoolteacher from New Jersey. She came in complaining about gritty, dry eyes, especially in the morning. Artificial tears weren't helping much. I asked about her diet and noticed she wasn't getting enough potassium or magnesium. We added half a cherimoya to her morning smoothie, and within 4 weeks, her tear production had improved. More importantly, she reported less irritation and less squinting in bright light. Now let's talk about magnesium, one of the most overlooked minerals in eye care. Cherimoya offers around 21 milligrams of magnesium per 100 grams. That may seem modest, but it contributes to overall magnesium balance, which is crucial for reducing intraocular pressure, IOP. Elevated IOP is one of the key risk factors for glaucoma, a silent vision thief that affects millions of older Americans. A review published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that magnesium supplementation can improve ocular blood flow and help prevent optic nerve damage, especially in the early stages. Let's pause and reflect. Are you experiencing dry, itchy eyes, especially in the afternoon? Do your eyes feel tired even after a good night's sleep? Have you ever had your intraocular pressure checked? These could be signs your eyes are lacking micronutrient support. Something as simple as magnesium or potassium could make a real difference. Cherimoya is a gentle, naturally sweet way to get that support. Eat it fresh, blend it into smoothies, or spoon it straight like pudding. But just remember to remove the seeds. And now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried cherimoya before? Have you noticed how certain fruits or minerals affect your eye comfort or clarity? Fruit number 4, dragon fruit. Dragon fruit, bright, exotic, and surprisingly powerful when it comes to protecting aging eyes. Let's start with the nutrients. A single serving of dragon fruit contains over 9 milligrams of vitamin C, along with beta-carotene, lycopene, and betalains, a rare class of antioxidant pigments. According to data from the USDA and publications in the Journal of Food Science, these compounds play a direct role in neutralizing oxidative stress in the retina and protecting the macula, the part of the eye responsible for sharp central vision. Now here's something most people don't realize. Vitamin C and beta-carotene don't just boost immunity, they actively defend against blue light damage. That's the same light emitted from phones, tablets, TVs, and LED lights. In a world where most seniors are spending more and more time on screens, video calls with grandkids, watching YouTube, reading digital newspapers, this becomes critical. I recently worked with a patient named Ron, 66, a retired architect. He told me, "Doc, after an hour of scrolling on my iPad, my eyes feel dry and blurry." When I looked into his diet, I noticed he was missing carotenoids and antioxidants. I had him start eating half a dragon fruit in the morning, and within 3 weeks he reported less eye strain, better comfort at night, and even said he could read longer without needing breaks. Let's shift to another point. Inflammation. Dragon fruit is rich in anti-inflammatory antioxidants, especially betalains, which are also found in beets. A 2020 review in the Antioxidants Journal showed that betalains reduce oxidative stress markers in the retina, particularly in people exposed to high levels of blue light. That means this fruit doesn't just nourish, it actively helps repair stress damage at the cellular level. What about fluid balance in the eye? That's where vitamin C comes in again. It supports collagen formation, which helps maintain the structure of the cornea and the sclera, the white part of your eye. As we age, collagen declines, and we start to see dryness, sagging tissues, and even increased risk of retinal tears. A diet rich in vitamin C, such as from dragon fruit, helps keep the eye's connective tissue strong and resilient. Fruit number 5. Strawberries. Strawberries may look like dessert, but when it comes to protecting your eyes, they work like medicine. Let's talk numbers. 1 cup of fresh strawberries contains about 89 milligrams of vitamin C, according to the USDA nutrient database. That's more than an orange. Vitamin C is crucial because it helps prevent oxidative damage to lens proteins, and research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that high dietary intake of vitamin C can reduce the risk of cataract formation by up to 33% in older adults. But strawberries don't stop at antioxidants. They're also rich in flavonoids, particularly anthocyanins, which have been shown in studies from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, to help reduce inflammation in ocular tissues. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a silent threat to aging eyes, especially when it comes to macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy. Reducing that inflammation helps protect the delicate structures that allow us to read, drive, and recognize faces. One of my patients, Thomas, 69, a retired mechanic from Michigan, came in last spring complaining of tired eyes and blurry vision after doing puzzles or reading at night. We adjusted his supplements, but also added strawberries to his breakfast 4 days a week. By his next visit, he reported fewer floaters, improved contrast at dusk, and best of all, he no longer needed his magnifying glass for crosswords. Another point worth highlighting is vascular health. The eyes contain some of the smallest and most fragile blood vessels in the entire body. These tiny capillaries deliver nutrients and oxygen to the retina. But as we age, they're prone to microbleeding, leakage, or narrowing, especially in seniors with high blood pressure or diabetes. The polyphenols in strawberries help strengthen capillary walls and enhance microcirculation, as confirmed by a 2021 review in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry. Let me pause and ask you, have you noticed subtle changes in your vision at night? Do your eyes ever feel puffy, irritated, or strained after focusing for long periods? Have you been diagnosed with prediabetes or hypertension? If so, those fragile vessels behind your eyes might be under stress, and strawberries could be a simple way to support them. My advice? Go fresh when you can, organic if possible, and aim for at least half a cup 3 to 4 times per week. Add them to oatmeal, yogurt, or enjoy them plain. Just don't drown them in sugar. Your eyes will thank you. As we age, vision loss can feel inevitable. But the truth is, we have more power than we think. The eyes don't just need glasses or eye drops. They need nutrients, oxygen, and care from the inside out. We've talked about blueberries, rich in anthocyanins that shield your retina from oxidative stress. Rose hips, packing vitamin C that strengthens capillaries and supports lens clarity. Cherimoya, balancing fluids and protecting the optic nerve with magnesium. Dragon fruit, quietly fighting blue light damage with betalains. And strawberries, delivering antioxidants that calm inflammation and preserve visual sharpness. These aren't exotic solutions from distant labs. They're simple, natural foods, accessible, affordable, and delicious. If you found value in this message, do yourself and someone else a favor. Click like, share this video, and subscribe to Elderly Health Tips so we can keep bringing you evidence-based insights to help you live longer and see life more clearly.